Today I'm mixing from a pre-recorded track, basically a virtual sound check from a 9650 to my Logic program back to the console. So I'm going to take the first 24 inputs that I have from a single AS50 line running to the 9650 and patch those to my first 24 inputs for my tape returns. Select all 24 over here by the Auto tab and then click on the very first tape return to patch 1 through 24 really quickly. Once I go back to my home screen and I push play on my machine, I can already see input going across the first 24 channels. Now I can go back in and do a little bit more coloring and get the mixes set up. Since I've already assigned these items to the VCA and pop groups, all I have to use is this paint bucket at the end to spill that color through the group. Now, all my inputs will match the colors of my VCAs. What I like to do now is to set up a channel and get it ready to go for all my mixes that I'll have. So I'll go to my kick channel, bring up the overview screen on the right-hand side of the console. I'm going to turn on my EQ. I'm going to turn on the stereo just to have a mix going. I'm going to go to my mixes and I'm going to turn on mix 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I'm going to make a pair of stereo IEMs between 5 and 6. What I'll do is I'll copy and paste this to every channel now so those things are on. So left click copy, right click paste, paste to all. I'll get a pop-up window that says this is going to be copied across the entire section and is undoable. Okay, and as soon as I do that, that's going to turn on those items throughout my entire input list. Now let's make those mixes. So if I go to my output section of the desk, I already have these labeled mix 1, 2, 3, and 4, and a stereo pair of IEMs at the very end. I'm going to go ahead and push these faders up to 0. I'm going to select mix 1. I'll either use parametric EQ or a 31 band that I drop in on those. I'll just go ahead and drop a third octave on them. I'll select my first left IEM and link those channels. So now I have a stereo link pair here. I can go ahead and pan this to the left and the other to the right. And now when I go back to the channel view, I have a pan for the left and right to the ears, and 6 will be the contribution of that instrument to that ear mix. So everything is in post fade mode right now. So what I like to do is set my faders at 0 for 1 and copy and paste that across the desk as well. That basically engages all those channels ready to go. So I'm going to go to my vocal channel and get him going in the monitor mix right now. So if I go to the vocal channel and I turn that up in mix 1, I'll start seeing signal at mix 1. So I know everything's good. Let's go ahead and patch our outputs right now. I'm just going to come off the back of the surface to mix 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then 5 and 6 will go to a pair of stereo IEMs. So on the patching page, I'll go to the buses tab, and on the opposite side, I will go to the IO tab. Anything that's gray in the boxes on the screen on the right-hand side is the back of the surface. Anything that's in blue is an external device. So if I was recording to my Logic rig with the 9650, that's what this blue box would be here, a generic AS50 line, 24 channels to my Logic rig. So I'm going to take the actual mixes out of the back of the console. So mix 1 will go to output 1 on the back of the desk.
This is called roses.
Mix 2 will go to 2, 3, 4, and my stereo ears. So now those are patched to the outputs. Get in a habit of storing and saving. So I've definitely made all my patches. I've definitely colored and labeled my entire the desk and got the channel ready to send to the monitor mixes. So hit store on the console. I'm going to go ahead and overwrite that scene until it's time to do sound check. Go back to my automation and filing page and press save.